வணக்கம் நண்பர்களே, இது உங்கள் V.Palanichamy. நம்ம UPSC சிவில் சர்வீஸ் எக்ஸாம் இன்டர்வியூவில் ஒரிஜினல் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் நம்ம பார்த்துட்ருக்கோம். அதில் சப்ஜெக்ட் வைஸ் பார்க்கல எக்கனாமிக்ஸ் அது ரிலேட்டட். இதில் எக்கனாமிக்ஸ் இருக்குது, காமர்ஸ் இருக்குது, அக்கௌண்டன்சி எல்லாம் சேர்ந்த ஒரு இது. ஸோ இது பார்ட் 2 பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஓகே, பார்க்கலாம். வாட் does it mean by MSP legalization? Should the government not intervene and leave agriculture to the market completely? Present per capita income and how much should we target? Human Development Index, HDI, present value and target India should keep. Tourism in Kerala, share of GDP and what is the potential for its development? Maybe this question for a Kerala student. Okay, so இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக எக்கனாமி சம்மந்தமான கேள்விகள் இருந்தால் கூட அதை நம்ம போடுவோம். ஸோ அது இதே மாதிரி கேள்விகள் உங்களுக்கு வர வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. ஸோ அந்த மீனிங்கில். அண்ட் ஜிஎஸ்டி ஆன் கேமிங். வை வாஸ் பப்ளிக் செக்டர் அண்டர்டேக்கிங்ஸ் கால்ட் private sector undertaking by the renowned economist who gave them the term Hindu growth rate? Positives of disinvestment. Positives of disinvestment. But even the profit-making PSUs are being disinvested. As a Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016 a success or a failure? What is Atmanirbhar Bharat? Define multi-dimensional poverty. Jan-Dhan accounts, how to make them better. Is e-commerce good for street vendor? What was the reason for Paytm crisis? Should RBI or government let the Paytm die? What is market share of SBI, State Bank of India? Why SBI was in news recently? Okay, name some prominent economists in India. You know anyone from agriculture? What is trilemma? Not dilemma, trilemma. What is new monetary policy? Which economic authors you read and from where? Will India is high middle income country? What is present per capita income? Is our growth is overrated? What major failures you see in our economy? Very important. What major failure you see in our economy? I will give you a statement of youth of India, both rural and urban, is in economics in stress. Do you agree? Right? That youth in India, both rural and urban, is in economic distress. Do you agree? What is our growth rate? What is the growth rate by other private agencies? Why will be able to have 10% growth rate? What about inequality? Difference between startup and MSME, similarly startup and MSME vice versa. Should alcohol be included in GST? Why parties asked to introducing GST as a finance bill vis-a-vis money bill? Tell me schemes related to credit vulnerable sections. Credit for vulnerable sections. Jan-Dhan account limit should be raised. Rise of bad loans and unsecured loans. RBI guidelines on unsecured loans. What is inflation? Type of inflation. How does inflation help in economic growth? What is utilitarianism? Good is good. Bentham. What you understand? Difference between tax duty, cess, surcharge. What is fiscal deficit? Discussion on why government goes for higher spending if they don't have money. Tell me about cryptocurrency, pros and cons, and tell me about the RBI stand. So, இந்த கேள்வி நிறைய பேர் கேட்டிருக்காங்க கிரிப்டோ கரன்சி அண்ட் ஆர்பிஐ ஸ்டாண்ட். ஆர்பிஐ ஸ்டாண்ட் இட்ஸ் வெரி காமன் கொஸ்டின். ஸோ வாட் இஸ் தி ஆர்பிஐ ஸ்டாண்ட்? வாட் இஸ் பிளாக் செயின் டெக்னாலஜி? வாட் இஸ் பேலன்ஸ் ஆஃப் ட்ரேட்? வாட் இஸ் பேலன்ஸ் ஆஃப் பேமெண்ட்? Tell me which sector is most dominant in China? Manufacturing. Then what is the status of manufacturing in India? What is government flagship program for manufacturing? That's Make in India. What can be done for labor intensive sector? Labor intensive sector. Then why is it India getting so much FDI nowadays, foreign direct investment? What is a particular reason behind it? Recently, many foreign investors were pulling out money due to some developments in USA. What was the reason? Do you think Indian unorganized retail trade sector is very unorganized and informal? How will you take action against fake goods sold in retail trade? What is anti-dumping duty? Is it better to ban all Chinese goods as our relations with them are also getting worse? What are the other issues in small business? How will India achieve the fiscal deficit target of 5.1 then 4.5? Short selling stocks. Name recent case. Name stock market famous man known for short selling. What is it? Short selling. What is it? Short selling. Stock market vulnerability causes and why people still risk there. Atmanirbhar Bharat and ways to achieve it. On one hand, we are achieving 5 trillion economy, and on the other hand, performing very poor and in hunger index. Who's at fault? Growth rate of economy $5 trillion possible by 2026-27. Discussion about unemployment and how can we generate more jobs. What is banking? What's the role of fixed deposit? What will be your priorities as DM here in getting this fixed deposits? நம்ம வந்து நிறைய வந்து சிச்சுவேஷனல் கொஸ்டின்ஸில் டிஎம்மில் கேட்டிருந்தோம். இந்த கேள்வி நம்ம கேட்கல அதில், ஏன்னா இட்ஸ் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் டு எக்கனாமிக்ஸ். கேன் யூ tell a company profitable by its balance sheet? What aspect would you judge that balance sheet of a company? Despite telling him that first question, and not very well versed with the balance sheet. What is the value of stock market in India on monetary terms and its only Sensex points? Are Indian markets overvalued? What are the factors? What is balance of payment? How do you see SARC? As a student of economics, tell me how you will improve SARC. Which areas do you think we can exploit and export potential in India? How IMF allowed to do surveillance on countries? Outcomes of 12th WTO Ministerial Conference. Earlier, WTO was very much active, and recently the regional trading blocs have emerged. What is the reason behind failure of WTO? How the dispute resolution body WTO works? What is bank transaction tax? It was their news recently and its numerous advantages. Should the government legalize MSP, and what will be issue if MSP is legalized? This was the very first question. 5 trillion economy and how to achieve it. Export target for India and what is the time frame? When to finish it? What is MP-LAD scheme? Member of Parliament Local Area Development Scheme. How India achieved developed country mark? What growth rate required to achieve this target? Reforms required in industrial sector. Why the government is low despite FDI? What are the new things happened during Raghuram Rajan tenure and how do you evaluate his working? What is new RBI's supervision? New challenges? What is financial inclusion? Have you heard about PMLA? Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Prevention of Money Laundering Act. It underwent major amendment and some time back. Can you tell how is money laundering is being done? So you should understand what is money laundering. Okay, terms மட்டும் கிடையாது, டீட்டெயிலும் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். And how does it done across the countries? Can it be traced? Any relation with the Hindenburg report? Like this. Okay. And this time we will finish our economics part, and we will come up with subject wise questions, probable questions in a few days after. So thank you very much for listening.
வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க, கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, பெல் ஐக்கன் பிரஸ் பண்ண மறந்து போயிடாதீங்க. அப்பதான் நாங்க போஸ்ட் பண்ற வீடியோவோட நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் உங்களுக்கு வரும்.